Okay. Nice to meet you. My name's Kyle.
I'm Anna.
So what are we here for today?
Well, I am gonna be a junior, so it's kind of that stressful time of the year for school.
Mm-hmm.
We are in our last month of school, so I'm very stressed out.
Okay. So what do you mean by very stressed out?
Well, I'm graduating next year as a junior, and there's only like 30 days left in the semester, so I'm just really overwhelmed with work. And this time of the year is also the lottery for housing, so that's probably even more stressful than my work.
Is it that you feel you're not going to get a house? How does...
Well, right now I live in a 4-person suite, and I live with, she's going to be a senior, so she kind of pulled all of us up into the new dorms as sophomores.
Okay.
So we kind of got really lucky in that sense. But her and I, like, we are good friends, but we don't really get along, I guess.
Okay. So you say you're good friends, but there's tension in the relationship?
Yeah. We're just kind of, we're kind of just different in a way. And, like, I don't know, because I'm a double major, so I'm always doing work. She has
Okay.
kind of an easier major here, so there'll be like Tuesday nights where she'll go out to the bar and come back, and
Okay.
it's like, it's a Tuesday night and I'm trying to sleep, I have an exam tomorrow, or I just have a lot of work tomorrow that I want to get done, and it's like a lack of respect, kind of, in a way.
So you feel like stressed out and kind of undermined by your roommate.
Oh, yeah.
And you're stressed because of not only like the relationship you have with her, but also, you know, your workload being a double major.
Yeah. And I feel like she just doesn't understand. I feel like, and like that's the other problem, because next year I don't know if I want to live with her, because she's almost just here to have fun, and her work is just the second priority, which for me it's the first because I want to do well. So like that's kind of really stressing me out too, just because I don't know what to do about next year, like if I want to room with her or if I want to live with her again.
So if you saw next year, you know, and it was as perfect as you could make it, how would that play out?
I definitely have my own room because I hate sharing a room. I think I would maybe try to not take as many credits.
Lighten up your workload.
Yeah. I would want to maybe try to find time for like just myself,
Mm-hmm.
instead of always doing things, maybe. And somehow make it less stressful, I guess.
So, you know, your own room, a couple less credits to lighten up your workload, and less stress. It sounds like you kind of want next year to be really relaxed and focused on you,
Yeah.
just like you time.
Yeah, exactly. But like, I don't know if I can do that, because I don't know how to go about. Like, sometimes I'll like do like if I need to do work, but it might not be due for 2 weeks, but I'll still do it the day they give me it, because I'm like, I gotta get this done. If I don't get it done, then I'm not gonna get it done. So sometimes I feel like I can't even relax. Like I can't even relax.
So you're very astute. You know, you like to just know you have your work done,
Yeah.
get it done, and don't play around, sort of thing.
Yeah, and I think that's like one of the main things that
Stresses
me out, because, and then I will like go to bed at night and just like, okay, tomorrow I have to do this, I have to do that. I didn't do this, but I have to do that, and it's just like all night I'm like, okay, and then I look at the clock and it's like 3, and I'm like, okay, I really need to go to bed because I have to get up at 8, and
So you're, even kind of list making in your sleep now.
Yeah.
So tell me some things that you might do to relax, or like things you'll do for fun.
I love to work out. Well, like run, not like lift weights, but I like to like run and I like to read. I like to just like be. It sounds bad, but I like to be alone. Like,
That's not bad.
well, I like I have all my friends here, but I like to just have time to like shut off my phone, just be by myself. But I feel like
Yeah.
I almost feel like guilty doing that sometimes.
Guilty?
Yeah, like I feel like if I like go to my desk and sit and read like a book I enjoy, then I look over and I see all my textbooks and I'm like, okay, I should read that one, and that one, and not this book. So I like will try to enjoy reading it, but then I don't even enjoy it, I guess, in a way, because I feel so like guilty, like I said.
So, I mean, even when you sit down to read a book you might like something off, the bestsellers list, you feel almost obligated to redirect that reading towards school material.
Yeah.
Do you do things like that when you're home on summer vacation? Like if you're working on something around the house having fun, do you feel like, well, maybe I should redirect my efforts toward vacuuming or doing the dishes?
Yeah, I feel like I do it all the time. Like I feel like I'm stressed all year, even when I'm home, and like I have a pretty relaxing summer. I mean, I don't really do much except, I mean, like this summer I have the internships and stuff like that because it's going into junior year, but they're not stressful by any means. But for some reason, I just make everything stressful.
So do you feel like it's an internal pressure?
Yeah, in a way, in a way I do because I feel like I don't know. I feel like if I don't do something, then someone else will be like, Anna, you didn't do this. Or if I don't do something well enough, maybe someone will be like, normally you do that better. Like, what's wrong? And then I'm just like, I don't know. I just don't. Like, and then I'm just like, I don't know. Yeah.
So what do you think? You said a little while ago that, like, even if you have an assignment due a week and a half, 2 weeks out, that you'll sit down and you'll do it, pretty diligently as soon as you get it.
Yeah.
What do you think would happen if, you put that assignment away for even 2 days and you just kind of, like, went for a jog instead or something? Like, what would happen? How would that make you feel?
I think I would, like, I want to say that I would enjoy the run and be able to just let it go.
You want to say it.
Yeah. But I feel like, but I don't know if it's a bad thing if I went for the run and thought about my homework assignment that I need to do. Like maybe even like plan ahead the homework. I don't know. I want to say that I would just run and let it go, but I feel like I would. I feel like I wouldn't.
So what would happen? Because you plan a lot. What would happen if you did set it aside for 2 days, and you read a book or went for a jog, but you penciled in time to do that, so you knew there was a designated time to do it a day and a half out. How would that make you feel then?
I think that would. I mean, obviously, I'm up to trying that because I have never really gone about planning that way. But I think it would work because I would. I mean, I have like I could write it down, see it, like write a calendar out for like the week and see that I have this time to do homework, but I also have time that I can run or read my book.
Yeah.
So I think if I can see it, it will help me in a way. But I've never gone about that way, so I'm open to going that way.
Okay. And you keep a planner?
Yeah, I keep a, like, I like to see like a calendar, but that's even more, that kind of stresses me out in a way too because I'll have like the calendar of the month and I'll see like last week of school I have 6 exams. The week before I have 4 papers, and it's like, do I start now studying, or like, so I think sometimes I'm even stressed by seeing that whole month ahead thing.
Okay. So it really seems like you know how you work best, which is, really good. It seems like you know how to frame things so that you get everything done. Because if your frame is too big, you'll get stressed, as if you were looking at a full month.
Mm-hmm.
But at the same time, you still feel a little bit of stress because, with your roommate and your course load and everything, it all just doesn't kind of mesh with how you'd also like to relax.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's exactly.
And do you usually, so like relaxing, do you usually do things with your roommate to relax, or is it not that kind of relationship?
Well, I mean, we're both on the soccer team, so we don't really. She's a whole completely different major than me, so I don't really see her during the day. And then I'll come back and want to do work and stuff, and she'll be like watching a movie on like a Wednesday night. I'm like, how do you? And so like my thought process is like, how do you have time to watch a movie on a Wednesday night? Like maybe a Sunday afternoon, but like how do you have time to do that? So like we don't really we like talk obviously, but like I'm just so busy with doing work, and then I get like frustrated that she's like watching a movie or like listening to music out loud, and I'm like, hi, I'm trying to write a lab report here, like how are you watching a movie right now?
So, is it kind of like the cherry on top of your stress? Is it kind of put there by her in a way, almost like, you're doing work, but then because she's not, it makes you, anxious?
Yeah. And like that stuff shouldn't bother me, but like I'll call my parents, and like my mom like works, but like when she wants. So she's like in Florida this week, so like I get mad at her for being in Florida because I'm like, how you're not doing anything? Like how does nobody in my life have to do anything? Like why am I the only one super busy? So like that stuff shouldn't bother me, but like with my roommate, I just like I don't understand, like I just don't understand, like she goes to school here, how do you not
Mm-hmm.
how do you not have work? How are you not stressed either? Like
So you brought it up with your roommate, and you kind of touched on it again with your mom. It seems like when it seems like you see yourself as always going. You're very
Yeah.
fast. You're always moving, and you almost just get stressed out at other people,
Yeah.
like who are de-stressing. Like it
Yeah.
causes you stress to see other people relax. Almost.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
That's accurate to say.
Yeah, that's spot
Okay.
on.
So, maybe I think one thing that we should definitely work on throughout the next couple weeks is, your ultimate goal would be to de-stress.
Mm-hmm.
And we talked about that planning, like, planning in some relaxation time, and not necessarily forgetting about an assignment, but penciling in at a different time.
Yeah.
And, another question I have is, you get upset, and, it's very understandable if you're trying to do work and your roommate's, watching Disney's Hercules.
Yeah, exactly.
And that makes sense because you're trying to concentrate. Have you ever thought about doing work? Have you tried doing work elsewhere?
I've tried to do in the library, but then my whole entire team is there, so it's like, I mean, the library at Clarkson is probably the worst place to do work because everybody's always talking, and it's 900 degrees in there, so it's like, it's hard in a way to do homework there. But I think if I find like a place that I can go that's like quiet, which is hard here, but like
Yeah.
find a place maybe that's quiet, and I could like try going somewhere else. But but the library is just not. I can't get work done because there's so many people in there always.
Yeah. Even hearing you speak about the library, you got really uptight, and very.
Yeah. I just like the library just frustrates me because there's not enough room for everyone, and
Mhm.
it's always so hot in there, and everyone's always talking, and I'm guilty of that sometimes too. People are probably like, "Why is she talking?" But I think taking myself out of that area would help too because I don't get anything done in there.
What would be your kind of perfect environment to study in?
Someplace quiet, someplace where people aren't gonna like walk by all the time and like stop and like talk or even just if I get distracted if like a bunch of
Mhm.
people walk by, and a place where I can kind of like spread out my stuff and
Okay.
just like kind of be comfortable and definitely alone but like not. I mean, I wouldn't mind if like a couple other people are there, but
So not isolated.
yeah,
You
not
s-
like a little cubicle somewhere. I can
Yeah.
do that, but some like a place that's quiet and other people are doing work too. Like,
Okay.
people aren't on their computers like watching YouTube or something. Like everyone is
So a
doing what I'm
general,
doing.
academic atmosphere.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mhm.
Now, if you had to think of any place on Clarkson's campus, what would best fit what you just described?
A lot of people study in Cheel, and I've never done homework in there, but I feel like Cheel could maybe be a place where it could be pretty quiet. I don't think there'd be a lot of traffic there at night, but I think there would still be like some people.
Mm-hmm.
So like maybe Cheel or um, I've never studied in camp either. Not an engineer, so I don't really go there, but
Mm-hmm.
maybe even a different place, like going to study in camp, because I'm never there. Might
It's a different
It's just like
environment.
a different environment.
And do you think if you do you think that even studying someplace different without the roommate, without any of the ongoings in your bedroom, would that even de-stress you, even though you're still doing schoolwork? Would it help, do you think?
Yeah, I think it would because in my room is where I get more stressed because I get stressed because she's not doing anything, and I get stressed because I'll look at the like what I have to do, and I can see like all my books and all my work. So I think that's almost like a trigger place where I get stressed,
Trigger place. Okay.
kind of. So maybe like you said, like going to like a totally different environment could possibly help, I think.
And do you think if you went you went to a different place to study and it was really working for you, do you think that would positively affect your relationship with your roommate? Because you wouldn't be so.
Yeah, I think it would because then I would maybe come back to the room and maybe want to like watch a movie or maybe just be in a like better mood because I mean like I got all my work done. I don't care if you don't get your work done, but at least I didn't see you not doing work.
Mm-hmm.
So I think that maybe it could. I mean, like we don't fight or anything, but it could maybe have.
Just brighten your mood.
Yeah.
Because you know that you accomplished what you set out to do.
Yeah.
And that would definitely alleviate that internal pressure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Definitely.
And, maybe in a different place, if you think you would get more work done, do you think then you'd be more inclined to, schedule around an hour to sit down and read a couple chapters?
Yeah.
Or,
I definitely think that could help if I make sure that I do work. Like if I plan ahead to make sure I can see that I have that work, then I wouldn't feel guilty taking a different hour somewhere else
okay.
to do like read or run or something like that.
Yeah. So, let me just make sure I have all this set while we wrap up here. You basically just feel pretty stressed out because, you're entering really challenging parts of your college career. You have a lot of coursework, you have a lot of tests and exams, and you always hold yourself to a high standard. So you want to do the best you can do. But you also have just general roommate things. It adds a little bit to the stress. So basically, you just want to hang out. You want to de-stress. Like that's your ultimate goal, right? And so we're thinking of maybe planning in rearranging our schedule a little bit or finding a different place to study.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah? Awesome. I think that basically sums it up for this, and we'll see how you are next week.
Okay.